everyone, I'm Alita with Ribbons and Zippers. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome, welcome. I am so glad that you stopped by. Now today, I'm going to take a few minutes to tell you a few of the things that I love about one of the sewing machines in my sewing room. And that is the JUKI HZL F600. So this is the JUKI F600. It is an awesome machine. Whether you are a beginner or whether you're an intermediate sewer or an expert, this machine has so many bells and whistles that you will be extremely satisfied with the performance. I love this machine for so many reasons. It is part of the Exceed line of machines. The F600 is at the top of the Exceed line. So it has a lot of features you will love, at least I love it. One of the things that I really love about this machine is that it never fails me. I love designing special occasion wear, whether it's for a bride or a bridesmaid or an evening. I love those beautiful details and I love designing those type of dresses. And this machine has everything that I need to get the job done just right. And so many times the pieces that I make are either intricate or detailed. And this machine never fails me when I really feel very creative. It allows me to bring my ideas to life without wondering whether or not the machine can handle it. It is a really great machine. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing that I really love about this machine is that it is so easy to thread. It has the diagram on the top. So it has the diagram here that allows you to follow everything all the way around and easily thread the machine. And the same thing goes for the bobbin. It is all spelled out here for me. I'm going to show you how easy it is to thread the needle. So this machine really makes things very simple for you. As you can see on the hand wheel, it has a groove here that matches up to the notch on the machine. This little notch on the machine and this groove, when they're perfectly aligned, so that allows the mechanism on the machine to perfectly catch the thread. And once the needle, the thread has the little hoop, it's pulled through. All you have to do is pull it through and it's easy peasy. Another great feature is the drop-in bobbin feature. All you have to do is just drop it in. And what I love actually is that you just cut the thread. Very simple. And you're ready to sew. I really love the drop-in bobbin feature. Okay, so one thing that I really love about this machine is the ability to adjust to the fabric weight. Because when you're sewing with special occasion fabric, it's usually a light fabric like silks and chiffons and lightweight nylons. This machine adjusts from heavy fabric to light fabric with just a turn of the wheel. I'll show you. So it has a dial here that is normally on 5 is normal, is medium weight. It can go to 6 to heavyweight. 7 is the highest that it can go. 5 is the medium. Normally, if you're sewing any fabric like a regular cotton fabric, you use 5. But if I wanted to sew lightweight chiffon or something very light, it can adjust to 1. So I normally use it on 3 when I'm doing my lightweight silks or crepe. That's the number that I use. And I love that about this machine. Now for me, a very important feature is hands-free. This machine has several hands-free features that I absolutely love. First, It has a lock stitch feature. So that's this button right here, which allows it to backspace a couple of times. And then you see that the scissors are there. So that means when you get to the end, once I press the back stitch button, then it'll cut. Okay, so I'll press the lock stitch button, and you can see it shows up on the display. And so what that does is it allows me to sew. I can just, once I put my needle down, it'll lock the stitch for me. You see? And once I get to where I want to stop on my fabric, I press the return button or the backstitch button, and it'll lock and it'll cut. I love that feature. Another way that I can stay hands-free as well is on my foot pedal. On my foot pedal, there's also a feature that allows me to cut the thread. So what if I wanted to sew all the way off? Once I get to the end, so just by pressing on the heel or the back end of my foot pedal, it cuts the thread. There you have it. It is so easy to use. When I'm using the pedal to cut, I just leave my hands on my special project. I never have to take them off. Because when you're working with a special project, maybe it's a wedding dress or something, and you really need to leave your hands on, that feature is like awesome. Lastly, the hands-free knee lift also gives me the freedom to work with my project without ever taking my hands off. Now let me show you. It goes into this hole on the machine like that, and all I have to do is use my knee to lift the presser foot. Look how high that goes. It really does a great job. I don't have to take my hands off of my project. Now, as you know, special occasion wear can be bulky, it could be long, you have long trains to deal with. This machine has this huge space. This is about 4 inches by 8 inches of space in here that allows you to work with big, long, bulky fabric. Look how much space I have. I have all of this space to work with space to spare. I love that about it. And if I wanted to, I can even add more space. Let me show you. The JUKI HZL F600 comes with this huge base to work with. I would need to remove my accessory tray. So first, all you have to do is take the legs down, and then you just slide it right on. It fits very snug, but it gives you so much more space to work with. So if you're quilting or if you're working with really large dresses, long trains, or something really big, this is a great space to work on. It also has the measurements in inches as well as centimeters right here on the extension. I also love that about it. So not only do you have all of this space to work with, but the machine is well lit with LED lights. So it has a huge LED light here. It has another LED light right by the needle. So you have ample space to work with and wonderful lighting to see your projects. Okay, so before I move on to the next point, I want to ask you to please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell so that you could be reminded of all of the awesome videos that I have to share with you. Now let's talk about the stitches. It comes with 225 stitches. plus 4 different fonts. What a wonderful machine that allows you to really express your creativity. It comes with your straight stitches, and it allows you to pick what type of stitch you want. It has all of these decorative stitches as well as a host of buttonholes. There's 15 different buttonholes. That's awesome. So whether you're working with heavy fabric or lightweight fabric, you have a buttonhole to choose from. It even has keyhole buttonholes. It has your applique stitches here to use if you're quilting, which I actually use as well for sewing, hemming. This is like, I just love it. It has these beautiful decorative stitches that I use as well in some of my special occasion projects. So normally when you're just sewing straight stitches, it comes with a press-a-foot that's labeled A. But when you decide to use your special stitches, your machine tells you which press-a-foot to use. For instance, if I wanted to select a stitch, I would go here, I would look at my diagram here, and then I would select the stitch. For instance, if I wanted to do this beautiful decorative stitch, number 6, I would go here, I would select which section I want to be in, and it tells me straight stitch, buttonholes, applique, or decorative stitch. Then I would use the arrows to go over to my decorative stitch right there, and then I would press in my numbers, the numbers that I wanted, and I said it was going to be 6. I said it was going to be 6, so I would press 0, 6, and it gives me my beautiful flowers right here. But it also tells me what press-a-foot that I need to use. So I go and I get my press-a-foot letter I. Now it makes this beautiful, beautiful stitch. That is a very pretty stitch. Okay, so I'm going to show you a really cool stitch, and you know it. It's the scallop edge stitch. So I'm going to show you how you could manipulate that stitch with this machine. It is really easy to do with just a few touches of the buttons. I'm going to go into my decorative stitches here, and I see that my scallop stitches is here at the heart. These are beautiful stitches. So here's the scallop stitch, 24 and 25. I'm going to choose 25, and I'm going to show you what I can do with that stitch. Okay, so once again, I'm going to choose which from my display, my section, and it's here, it's the heart. So once I choose it, my scallop was 25, so I pressed in 25 and I pressed OK. And here I have my scallop stitch. So I can stitch the scallop stitch just the way it is. Okay, so now what I want to show you is that I can also change the width of my stitch. As you can see, it's going to the left and to the left and to the right. That means that you can change the length of your stitch. So right now it's on 3. Let's make it a little smaller. Let's make it as small as number 1. Okay, I'm going to change it one more time. I'm going to make it a little longer at 5, and the machine is going to tell me that it's changed. Okay, so here you can see this is the number 5, this is the number 1, and this is the number 3. big difference in length, but you can create different lengths on different types of selections. Okay, so one thing that I really love about this machine is that it comes with a host of accessories. So not only do you get the accessories that come in the tray, but you also get all of these awesome accessories that come in a little Ziploc bag, a little plastic bag, and these are awesome. So in the tray, you're going to get everything you need, all the different feet that you use normally, like your zipper foot. This is the letter I, that's for all of the stitches, the decorative stitches. This is the stitch in the ditch foot, and then my regular foot. You also get your tool to loosen your presser foot and take it off and change it if you need to. You get a seam ripper, and you get a duster to dust your machine off. It gets quite dusty, so that's a plus. And you get extra bobbins, but what I really love is the accessories that come in the little bag. So you get a walking foot. So if you're working on pocketbooks, vinyl, heavyweight fabric that you need a walking foot, you have your walking foot. And as a sewer, I use my walking feet sometime on my intricate fabrics like lace and velvets. I love the walking foot. You have an extra attachment for your wheels. You have, I love this because sometimes I use my double needles, so it goes right up here on the top of the machine, so that you can use two threads and a double needle. So you have that attachment. You have all of these feet. This is a slip resistant foot for if you're using vinyl. This is your slip resistant foot. And you have every type of foot that you need to have. So, and you also get the double needles in here. So extra needles and double needles. And you get a zipper foot. An awesome zipper foot. I love the invisible zipper foot as a sewer, especially for someone who does special occasion wear. The invisible zipper foot is like my friend, my go-to. And an eye hole punch for the decorative stitches. And this is, I've used this for my eye holes, and it's works so perfect. And you have a guard for when you're doing quilting. And these feet, these accessories are perfect for quilters and sewers as well. So you also get this free motion foot that I'm going to show you how to use if you're a sewer. Is perfect for quilters. Quilters know what to do with this. But as a sewer, I'm going to show you how I use it to attach lace to my fabric. Okay, so in order to attach my free motion foot, I'm going to need to use my tool here. This is the tool to loosen your presser feet. So I just want to detach one foot, and then you go ahead and attach your free motion foot. You just make sure that it's nice and tight. Okay, so here I have my free motion foot. The next thing you want to do, whether you attach your free motion foot first or second, is you want to remove your accessory tray to get to the lever where you want to raise or lower your feed dogs. Okay, so here I have some really beautiful lace and some fabric that I would like to attach it to. And you don't want to make straight stitches when you're working with lace to attach it to, whether you're attaching it to netting or whether you're attaching it to fabric. And I usually do this only if I need to sometimes baste my lace onto my fabric and I really wanted to use the machine to do that, or if I'm working with a small space and I want to attach it with the machine. Okay, so what you need to do is, I can adjust my free motion foot, whether I'm using a heavy fabric or a lightweight fabric like this. Right back here, there's a dial on the foot. You can turn it and adjust it. So I want to bring up the lower bobbin thread. So I have two pieces of thread. Then I want to set my machine to the highest stitch length. And so now I want to just start sewing. And you can sew in any direction that you want. And I'm going to show you why I really love this. I just did a few stitches just to show you how you can attach lace to fabric. This is the underside. I just did a few stitches just to show you. So here's the underside, and you can barely even see the stitches. This is a great foot for attaching lace to net or to fabric to hold it in place. I love it. Sometimes you want to use the machine instead of hand stitching to go a little faster, and I use that free motion foot for that purpose. Okay everyone, so those are some of the awesome features that you're going to find in the JUKI F600. This is an awesome machine for whether you are a beginner, intermediate, or expert sewer. It comes at a price that will not break the bank, and it has so many bells and whistles and extras that you're going to love. I love it. It is the great machine for what I need to do as a sewer. Quilters love it. This is a machine that will last a long time and will be a staple in my sewing room. I love it, and I hope that you enjoyed all of the tips and techniques that I showed you as sewers. Okay, so thanks for stopping by, and thanks so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed.